August 2011, I was competing in a triathlon, just a local triathlon, and I was coming in fast, about 35 kilometers into a corner, and it was a busy corner, so there was a crowd on one side and a wall on the other side. And there was a guy who had never really been in a triathlon before, and he made a mistake of coming into my path with his bicycle. And so, August 2011, he comes into my path, my front wheel locks on his frame, and I go right up over and I go head first into the pavement at 35, 40, or 35, maybe 30 kilometers an hour. And I shattered my C6, broke my neck, paralyzed from the neck down. So I was laying there on the ground. Of course I had a helmet on so I didn't lose consciousness. And I was lying on the ground, just kind of like, messed up. And I couldn't move anything. And I had this moment of, oh my God, everything became really clear to me. All of the stuff that I had been working on and doing, or much of the stuff that I'd been working on and doing, really wasn't that important. And so it was like one of those moments that you have in your life from time to time. Anyway, the paralysis obviously was temporary. It was because so when the vertebrae shattered, blood came into the spinal column, placed pressure, and so it only lasted for about 15 minutes. So I was paralyzed from the neck down for 15 minutes, and then I got my feeling back. So it was a great moment because all of a sudden I could move my fingers and I could feel my toes. Now then I went to they took me to the hospital and a whole bunch of different sequences of events, and a week later I had surgery. It cut me right here, went in, took out the broken bits, put in some new pieces of bone, titanium plate, screws, reattached my head, and about 2 weeks later I came out of the hospital, recovered. I mean, I was in a neck brace and I couldn't do much, but I was on the road to recovery. The day I got home I signed up for Ironman Canada, which was in a year. And I spent 6 months on the couch because I couldn't really do much. I couldn't even read a book. And then once I was recovered enough that I could start, I got the kind of green light from the doctor. I went out, I started working, and my goal, it was basically a recovery goal. Set something really kind of a wild-ass goal out front, and I did compete at Ironman Canada. So that's my story.
Yeah.